Welcome everyone. In the previous class, we have seen the discovery, the habitat and the different morphology, that is the shapes of bacteria. Now, in this class, we will see the structure of bacteria, that is cell structure. We all know bacteria are the unicellular organisms, very small, very tiny creatures, unicellular organisms. They are prokaryotic. They are prokaryotic. They are prokaryotic. Pro means primitive, karyotic is nucleus. Pro is primitive, karyo is nucleus. The organisms with primitive nucleus, in the sense not properly developed nucleus, that is nuclear membrane and all will not be present. So, here now we will see the structure of prokaryotic cell or bacterial cell, one and the same. In this one, first we are taking the most common shape, that is last class we have seen the shapes of different bacteria, that is bacteria can be found in spherical shape, it can be found in round shape, it can be found in comma shape, it can be found in spiral shape. So, the most common ones among all this is the rod shape, bacilli. So, we will take this shape. Each prokaryotic cell consists of this plasma membrane, this blue one, this is the plasma membrane. The first layer is plasma membrane, and that is outside of this plasma membrane one more layer is present, that is called as cell wall. First one, this is the plasma membrane. Surrounding this plasma membrane we have another layer, that is called as the cell wall. The cell wall in bacteria is made up of peptidoglycan. The cell wall in bacteria is made up of peptidoglycan. So, first they will have plasma membrane, surrounding the plasma membrane, that is the bacteria will be having cell wall which is made up of peptidoglycan. Around the cell wall, here a gelatinous, in some bacteria gelatinous structure, that is gelatinous layer will be seen. This one gelatinous layer will be seen, that is called as what? It is glycocalyx, gelatinous layer, that is a capsule will be there or layer will be present, that is of glycocalyx. Plasma membrane, surrounding plasma membrane, then we have cell wall which is made up of peptidoglycan. Around the cell wall, in some, that is the gelatinous capsule will be present which is called as glycocalyx. Now, inside this one, inside the plasma membrane, that is a space present inside this plasma membrane, here cytoplasm will be present. Cytoplasm will be present. Inside the cell, this blue ones, this is the cytoplasm. Cytoplasm will be present. Cytoplasm consists of all the enzymes which are required to carry out the activities of the cell. So, for digestion, for all the activities of the cell will be done with the help of the enzymes which are present in the cytoplasm. So, inside the cell, here the cell is filled with cytoplasm which consists of all the enzymes required for the cellular activity. Apart from this, this plasma membrane is thrown into many folds. The plasma membrane is thrown into many folds. So, here this is continuous, then again it is thrown into many folds. Like this, all over this one, that is many folds will be present. So those folds will be of plasma membrane. Now these folds are called as mesosomes. These folds of plasma membrane are called as mesosomes. So mesosomes will also have respiratory enzymes, that is the enzymes which helps in respiration. Mesosomes are nothing but foldings of the plasma membrane, and these mesosomes will also have respiratory enzymes which helps in the respiration process, in the process of respiration, which helps the cells to respire. It is acting as mitochondria in eukaryotic cell, that is in the cells of our body. What we find mitochondria. Mitochondria will be releasing enzymes which helps in respiration. It helps in respiration. The same, the function which is done by mitochondria in our body, here in the prokaryotic cell, mesosomes carry out that function. Mesosomes are the foldings of plasma membrane which are having which produces respiratory enzymes which helps in carrying out the process of respiration inside the cells. And to those plasmids, here inside the cell, inside the cytoplasm, nuclear material will be present. Nuclear material will be present. It can be present in the center in the diffused form. That nuclear material can be present in the middle of the cell, in the center of the cell in the diffused form, or it can also be attached to the mesosomes. The circular DNA or the coiled DNA can also be attached to the mesosomes, and it can also be present in the center. Okay. When the cell is not dividing, when the cell is not undergoing the process of cell division, the nuclear material will be present in the center. The nuclear material will be present in the center, and at the time of cell division, the nuclear material moves and attaches itself to the mesosomes. And for the process of respiration, the circular DNA makes one more copy, it duplicates itself, and one more copy is made, and that copy will be attached to another mesosome, and the cell will divide after that one. But if it is not dividing, this will be present in the center. The DNA will be present in the center, and at the time of cell division, the DNA will be attached to the mesosomes. So this is the DNA which is attached to the mesosomes. So that is why we can even say mesosomes also helps in cell division. That is how, that is to this mesosomes the genetic material is going and attaching before the cell division. So mesosomes, it helps in respiration of the cell as well as it helps in cell division. Apart from mesosomes, we also see this red granular structures inside the cytoplasm. Granular structures will be present. Here I am representing it with red, that is why I am saying. So inside the cytoplasm, few granular structures will be present. So those granular structures are called as ribosomes. Those granular structures are called as ribosomes. So this ribosomes are 70S ribosomes. We find two types of ribosomes, 70S and 80S. In prokaryotic cell, 70S ribosomes will be present, and in eukaryotic cell, here 80S ribosomes will be present. So inside this prokaryotic or the bacterial cell, we find ribosomes which are 70S ribosomes. Still now, here it consists of plasma membrane. Surrounding plasma membrane, we have cell wall, okay, and the plasma membrane is thrown into many foldings, that is called as mesosomes. To attach to the mesosome, we'll find circular DNA, which circular DNA will be present. That will be attached, that is the DNA will be attached to the mesosomes before the cell division. Along with this, we also find cytoplasm, which consists of all the enzymes which are required for the activity of the carrying out the activity of the cell. Now, apart from these are the general structures which is present in a prokaryotic cell. Apart from this, here on the cell wall, finger like projections, small finger like projections, I am representing here it with blue. Small finger like projections will be present. Those are called as fimbriae. The finger like projections are called as fimbriae, and those fimbriae will be helping in adhesion, that is attaching the cell to the substratum. Anything attaching this, that is bacterial cell will attach itself to anything. Substratum, it can mean anything. So, it can attach itself with the help of this fimbriae. Apart from this, now here in few bacterial cells, apart from this coil structure, DNA structure, an extra coil structure will also be present. An extra DNA will also be present. Not in all, in few bacteria an extra DNA is also present. This extra DNA is called as plasmid. This one, this extra DNA is called as plasmid. This will be present in all bacteria. This one circular structure in the middle or attached to the mesosomes, single circular DNA will be present, single copy, okay. But in few bacteria, an extra copy is also present. That extra copy of DNA is called as plasmid. Extra copy of DNA is called as plasmid. This plasmid consists of 3 genes. This plasmid consists of 3 genes. One is F gene. This F gene is also called as fertility gene. F gene is also called as fertility gene. Fertility, that is, it helps in reproduction. So, bacteria can also reproduce with a process called as conjugation. Bacteria can also reproduce by a process called as conjugation, and for that process of conjugation, that is this one, F gene helps in conjugation. How it helps? It produces finger like projections. Here on the cell wall, this red big finger like projections are present. These finger like projections are called as sex pili. These finger like projections are called as sex pili. These sex pili will help at in the process of conjugation. So, the sex pili will be produced by this F gene. Plasmid is an extracircular DNA structure which consists of 3 genes. The first is the F gene, which is also called as fertility gene. It is responsible for producing sex pili, which helps in the process of conjugation. Conjugation is a method of reproduction, one method of reproduction in bacteria. We will see that in another class. Just the general structure, that is F gene helps in the production of sex pili, which helps in the process of conjugation. The next gene which is present in plasmid is R gene. R gene is also called as antibiotic. It helps in antibiotic resistance. Antibiotic resistance. So, R gene helps in giving the bacteria resistance towards antibiotics. Antibiotics, we all know what are antibiotics. The substances which helps in killing the bacteria. So here this R gene will help the bacteria to resist against antibiotics. Now the third gene, which is called as Col gene. Third gene, which is called as Col gene. It produces cholecine. Col gene produces cholecine, which gives resistance towards the toxic substances. Third is Col gene, which gives resistance against cholecine. Cholecine is cholecine is secreted by Escherichia coli. E. coli secretes, that is cholecine, and this Col gene gives resistance to the bacteria against that toxin cholecine produced by the E. coli. So each plasmid with an extra DNA structure present in few of the bacteria consists of 3 genes. F gene, which helps in producing sex pili, which helps in the process of conjugation. Then it also consists of R gene. This R gene gives the bacteria resistance against resistance against antibiotics. And the last one, Col gene. This Col gene gives resistance to bacteria against a toxic substance, that is cholecine, which is released by E. coli. So these 3 genes are present inside, that is are present in this one plasmid. Apart from all these structures, that is the cell plasma membrane, cell wall, mesosomes, DNA, ribosomes, cytoplasm, and in few one, that is fimbriae for adhesion, and in few ones plasmid. Here apart from all this, that is on the cell wall, we also have flagella. Thread like structure will be present. Thread like structure will be present. That thread like structure is called as flagella. Bacteria will be having a thread like structure which is called as flagella. The function of flagella is it helps. Bacteria shows rapid wave like movements. Bacteria, that is cell shows rapid movement, wave like movements. That movement is because of the flagella. The movement, flagella helps in the movement of bacterial cell. So flagella enables the bacteria to move. That is, for example, if they are in the adverse conditions, they need to move from that place to a favorable place where the conditions are normal. So if they want to move away, so who will be helping in the movement? Flagella. Flagella will enable bacteria to move from adverse conditions to favorable conditions. So flagella will be present, and based on the flagella, how many are there? If only one flagella is there, for example, this is the Bacillus bacterial structure, rod shaped bacteria. If it has only one flagellum at one end, if a bacteria has only one flagella at one end, one polar end of the cell, then it is called as monotrichous single flagellum. Monotrichous single flagellum. If only one flagella is present, then it is monotrichous. If two are present, one at one pole, one flagella at another pole. If two flagellas are present on the bacterial cell, then that is the flagella is said to be amphitrichous, that is single flagella at both the ends. If more than two flagella are present at only one end, then that is called as what? Lophotrichous. And if the flagella are present all over the bacterial cell, then it is said to be peritrichous flagella. So we have seen the structure of bacteria. So each bacteria consists of plasma membrane, cell wall, cytoplasm, mesosomes, DNA, ribosomes, and in few bacteria an extra plasmid, that is an extra copy of DNA will be present, which is called as plasmid. Each plasmid consists of, that is, 3 genes: F gene which helps in conjugation, R gene which gives resistance towards this antibiotics, and Col gene, it gives resistance towards colchicine. In the next class we will see the modes of nutrition in bacteria, how bacteria takes the food, and apart from this we will even see, in the next classes we will see the reproduction in bacteria.